Hi, dear audience and students. Hope you would be fine. Today, in this short video, we would be discussing about the your presentation means how to present in a conference or in the public speaking avenue. Basically, when you speak in your classroom, you have an advantage of your students. Means you know your teacher, you know your audience and the class fellows as well. You are well aware of their knowledge as well, their understanding as well, and basically they stand on the equal ground of yours. Means in your classroom, you are very equal to your audience, basically. But speaking in a conference is quite challenging as well, and it may give you the new experience of speaking as well. So, good preparation and management basically proves you good in the that conference as well. So first of all, you have to prepare yourself, and then you have to focus on your content, and then you have to focus on the delivery aspects of delivery as well, and then handling the questions, and then you have to be professional. And the most important is that the use of technology, and then is your feedback. These are the 7 points which you have to be careful while delivering and preparing for the presentation. So first of all, when you just appear into the presentation in a conference, first understand what are the themes of that conference. Means definitely that would be on linguistics, on literature, uh, or the applied linguistics it might be. So when you gather, when you appear in front of the audience, realize that they are the advanced and they are the professionals. So analyzing your audience, it might intrigue a sort of anxiety among you that they are more advanced than you, but you are equally advanced as you have your proposal has been accepted, you have gone through the peer review process. So do not worry about that. Even those audience on the conference, keep in mind it's just only to boost your confidence. Keep in mind that those who are sitting in the conference, though they are diverse from the geographies, diverse academic backgrounds, but they are equally like you, as they are also sitting in that conference where you are sitting. So understand the background of attendees, and then is a just when the time is given to you, then is the time management. For example, if you have been allotted 15 minutes, then deliver your presentation in 10 minutes or 12 minutes, and keep the 3 minutes for the question answer session. uh, it happens that sometimes that by the end of the your presentation, your audience do not ask a question, whether they should ask a question or not, but it's your duty to have a time of question answer. Usually it happens sometimes they start questioning in the very start, sorry, in the middle of that. I have experienced that. I was on a presentation conference, and those who was the moderator, she started questioning just after 3 minutes. So I just let him that first let me complete this presentation. By the end, I would answer your questions. So, but there might be the possibility that there might not be a question, but you should have that time as well. Then you should focus on your means what you have to do in your presentation slides. You have don't have to drag a lot of material in your presentation slides. Just focus on the introduction, main points, and then the conclusion. Usually the students drag a lot of literature review. This study was conducted, this study was conducted. So they are not going they are not supposed to listen your literature review, but just focus on the introduction. What are your main points of argument, what are your research questions, and what you found or concluded by the end of this study. So these three points are important. Even when you are making the slides, just get the introduction, methodology, main points, and population, some knowledge about the population where you conducted this study, and then your conclusion. Then is the content. So your content should be clear and the focused one. Focus on 2 or 3 key points, and then you have to provide the context of your study as well. And then is the delivery. So in the process of delivery, you should first prepare yourself, rehearse that, revise that, record that, and after recording, listen by yourself that what are the points where you might be you are confusing, uh, what is your tone, and what is the speed with you read. Do not be too slow, and do not be too speedy. Just be as a natural reader. And your body language should be maintained one. It should be professional one. You should not claims a lot, means that today I am going to discuss which you have not have heard before this. So these exaggeration or extra statements may be dangerous for you. And also do not be the underestimated. So your recording, your practice, your revisions would improve your confidence. And then handling the question, uh, by the end or even before, during the presentation, when they ask you the question, you will, I'm not saying that whether they ask you the question, whether they are not do not ask you the question, but when you take the question, students usually got hyper, or they take as it as a trap, means the person who is asking a question, he is trapping me. So never the person who asks the question, he never have the intention to trap you. So take his question, understand his question carefully, diligently, and then respond accordingly. For example, if you are unable to answer that question, be careful. Say, sorry, I'm not able to answer this question. So saying a sorry is more professional and more appropriate as to give a wrong answer, or to get flattered or get too annoyed that this is not a relevant question. For example, if you do not know the answer of question, and you simply pose to your audience that this is not a relevant question, or this question is not relevant to my study, so it would be disgracing for both. And it might be disgracing for the person who asked the question, but it would be more embarrassing for you. So simply rather say sorry if you do not know the answer, and if you know the answer, uh, explain it carefully, diligently, and confidently. And then technology. Usually you are in a new place, uh, so you do not know where would be the LED, where would be the laptop, where might be the charged laptop. So you should have to be well prepared. You should have a well charged laptop, your LED, and usually there is an extension which can be connected with the laptop and multimedia. Some multimedia are quite different one. They do not get attached with your laptop directly. So for that purpose, you have to have a extension like that's called HD extension. So you that should be your own. And even that, you should have your presentation slides in your laptop, in your mobile, in your email. For example, if your laptop does not work, then you should have the backup as well from email. From you may share that mm, uh, presentation, your presentation, with the moderator. They will be running or operating it on the that multimedia slides. So you should have a backup of that as well. And also use the audio visuals in your presentation. Just it's not just go there and start reading, and by the end you say that is there any question. It should be visualized, it should be captive, it may attract the you should have not have to ask the audience, oh you man, be careful to me. There should be such things in your presentation which may attract the attention of your audience rather than the saying, oh, be attentive to me. So people just take it as that people over there, they are not ready to listen you, but it's your way of standing, presenting, giving argument, how you make bound, how you convince them to listen you. And by the end, you have to uh, use get the feedback as well. For example, it's not necessarily that by the end of your presentation you say that how was my presentation, was my presentation good, was my presentation was convincing you. You are the best judge of yourself by the end of your presentation, or from the analyzing your the expression of your audience, the question answer session of your audience, you would realize that how was your presentation. So the mistakes you have committed in this presentation, analyze those, that on what point I was staggering, uh, on what point I was not confident, on what point I was misleading, on what point I could not satisfy to my audience. And by the end, keeping in these points are these flaws in your mind, you can improve for your next presentation. So do not be afraid, as I have mentioned that they are not similar audience, but uh, they are not uh, compact audience. They are of the diverse nature, but it never means that you should be confused on these points. So be confident with your topic, be consistent with your slides, clear in your ideology or what you are going to present. Uh, get prepared for question answer, get ready for audiovisual aids, be on time as well. Means it's not that the time which they have allotted you should prepare, you should get ready at that time as well. So do not be delayed. These are the my understandings which you make you successful while going through the presentation in a conference. With this, I think I am confident that you would present yourself in your conference. Goodbye.